only played 14. And have in mind that Team Liquid did win their last 10 out of 11 games that they played.
That is a mad stat.
Don't spoil the grand finals, man.
It's 3-0. Yeah, this is
It's done.
No, that is an insanely high number. We're going to see if they can continue that streak here. They're coming in via the upper bracket. Is Tundra that is coming in from the lower bracket. So this is their second series today. That also means that Team Liquid was able to watch those games this morning. I wonder if we have any lessons we could have learned from that, or if these two teams are just going to continue doing what they did before.
Yeah, Duracio's Lifestealer is going to be gone. Even though he does have around 70% win rate on the hero, they might be too afraid to face Lifestealer with the Yule Scepter. It might be too OP of a strategy.
It's third time in the history of Dota, but did it win?
It did look good. I mean, when he did an interview yesterday, they were talking about how it wasn't his idea. It was 33 who kind of pushed it towards him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna listen to what my captain's saying."
Do you really think he pushed it to him though? He's like, maybe he's like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna buy yours. It's a good game." And then 5 minutes later, like, "Wait, I didn't mean you to buy it." But still, it was incredible that in the moment, in the pacing, you think of an idea and you just go with it. I think that's the type of team that will, again. That's why Tundra is so good.
Yeah, it's just playing to win in any situation, thinking about solutions of problems that you have noticed in the game.
And also, coming into this series, which is BO5, I think we're not gonna be seeing Tiny, probably not in any of the games, because there's a lot of respect for both Tinies. We saw Bulgarian Tiny yesterday popping off, as they like to call it. Both Nisha and Mickey love to play the hero. Mickey had some flawless performances on Tiny. So if you don't have the first pick, you might need to ban it out.
Yeah, and in this game, it will be Team Liquid with first pick, Tundra with second pick. Therefore, Tundra gets that overall last pick. They will also be Dire for this one and Liquid on the Radiant side. In terms of which heroes we're missing on the bans, I think it is safe to say Tinker and Dazzle are the two big ones.
Yeah, I feel like both teams have shown that they are the best Tinker teams in the tournament. So Tundra doesn't need to ban it out. They already understand it to the top level. Liquid likes picking the hero, and potentially game 2, game 3, Tinker could be the hero that gets ignored. If Tundra, crushes Liquid on the Tinker, they lose faith in the hero. I think the grand finals meta, Tinker will be the hero to talk about most times, and there's the hero to talk about most times.
So the trade.
It's a good trade.
Kind of expected, yeah. If we're talking about straight up trade to trade, what they're getting, I think both teams are pretty happy with what they got. This has definitely been practiced out, so now we need to see some of the differences. On one side, let's see if they decide to remove Ancient Apparition as well.
I mean, there's 3 heroes that come to mind for me for Liquid. At least there's the Invoker, Cataclysm on the Dazzle. We saw it be really strong yesterday. There's the Puck for Nisha later on in the draft, where you can just jump onto the Dazzle, find him, put him to low HP. And I mean, you mentioned AA, but if it goes into the 4 role, it could work for Liquid as well. But both teams will have to think about this hero.
Yeah, we saw Tundra yesterday. They got the Dazzle first, and if Liquid's not banning out AA, which they did, but I don't think Tundra would not be afraid to pick up that AA themselves, as they won with that yesterday. But banned, so out of the question.
I'm just intrigued to know, once Liquid bans their next hero, like, where's the train of thought for Tundra? Spirit showed us the Riki mid with the shard on the cloud, prevent the targeting. So there's Riki that came into meta. We have Invoker that kind of rose up in meta. The Puck. There's so many options to counter a mid Dazzle.
You just want to get to the backline and get him, and maybe we'll even see the Spectre. Actually, to be fair, yesterday we did see the Invoker be very successful in catching that Dazzle.
Exactly, and Liquid, they use their other ban to respect the pacing from Tundra. A Dazzle mid, a carry Alchemist. Fighting into this at minute 15-20 is such a difficult thing to deal with. What's the ban, Tundra?
5 seconds remaining.
They don't ban any counters to the mid Dazzle. And they just respect another hero that will set up draft for Liquid.
Yeah. Well, for Tundra in this case.
Well, Tundra bans the hero that sets up the draft for Liquid.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
I was also very impressed by what Whitemon was able to do on this Phoenix with the hotspot facet. I'm not saying throw it in there immediately, but if there's going to be a good game for it, mostly it was used against Falcons because they do love to pick tanky cores. And right now, it's going to be a Darkseer. Quite a lot of survivability. Imagine a team fight where Darkseer levels up. He gets the heal. He gets healed by Dazzle.
Throwing
Goes
out
back to full
Greaves.
HP. Throws casual Greaves. There's nothing right now to stop that healing from getting out.
I know we saw the
10
stat.
seconds.
Marcy, are you
remaining.
gonna say Marcy?
No. We know with Team Liquid has beat every Jakiro they've gone up against, but the Jakiro Darkseer combo is still very strong.
It is super strong.
Tundra have a lot of options for their position 4. You can still run the Faceless Void, you've got Tusk. Whatever Saxo wants to play, he's just going to get it. The lane is going to be able to play itself. That's why Darkseer is often first phase banned. Liquid, though, they don't want to enable Tundra to get the Sven and Darkseer combination. They pick it up themselves.
10
They've also
seconds
played Sven
remaining.
Tinker, utilizing the Ancient Camp behind the Tier 1 tower on the safe
5
lane, the
seconds
Marching Machines with the God Strength.
Yep.
You can enter the jungle so much better with these two in the same
I love Sven as a response to Dazzle. Gives you explosive damage, so sometimes he won't be able to react. It gives you extra bit of armor, because Dazzle wants to lower your armor. And also, the illusion that you make out of Sven from Darkseer's wall is not the greatest, and also he's very good at clearing those illusions.
But right now, Liquid, they need time. Right? Yeah, the Tinker needs levels, Sven needs farm. So picking up the Mortar, that is going to cushion the blow of the early fights. Something to think about for Liquid. If they continue down this path, Tundra are going to really enjoy leaving the lanes, grouping up heroes, and trying to break the map down.
10 seconds.
100% win
remaining.
rate for Boxy on that, Muerta. I will say we're going to see a lot of the stats of Liquid be
5
just
seconds
really
remaining.
high in terms of win rate because they only dropped 2 games and no series whatsoever. So those stats will be looking good for them.
The question is, what do they want to play with this Darkseer? I'm down for some Tusk, because I want to have BKB Piercing Tool against Sven. Great save, another layer of save that they do have with the Dazzle.
Ringmaster plus Tusk, I think that's quite nice. A little bit more team fight utilizing the Ringmaster, then you have the laning. Basically, melee 4 plus Ringmaster is where I'm looking at.
You wouldn't want to secure the Retro's hero considering there's already Alk and
True, yeah,
Lifestealer banned,
Good point.
and you know his hero pool.
I mean,
has been
Phantom
pretty small.
Assassin is still available if they want to get hands on it. If they want to go, this also works. I think they were thinking more about catching Morta and also catching Tinker in the backlines to have that extra bit of vision that comes out from Clockwork. And a lot of the times you will see Morta just surviving if she's fighting into these physical damage lineups,
10
into Pangoliers. She
remaining.
pops the ulti. Now with the Clockwork and the Darkseer, it's not going to be as easy.
And they do take the carry. Yep.
Assassin.
Kind of forgot that Tundra needs to pick Dratcho's hero before they're all banned out.
You know, do we want the clock to be a 5 or a 4?
Probably at the moment 4.
Or laner with Darkseer.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Dazzle flex between mid and
10
5
seconds.
is
Yes.
still open.
It's still available, correct? Yeah.
They will keep that flex because overall they do
5
have the last
seconds
pick.
remaining.
Well, then it's in onto Liquid to decide how they want to complete this one. This should be based on draft order. Normally the pick that Team Liquid is going for right now for their draft and for the team that has first pick. This is the most important pick because they have 2 bans to secure it.
They also need to understand that PA with an Orb of Corrosion is going to want to fight early with the Clockwork and the Darkseer and the Dazzle. And this is a lineup where 4 or 5 heroes in the same lane won't look uncomfortable for Tundra or for Liquid. And like I said before, it's a little bit farm heavy. So maybe Nisha's hero can be the playmaker to fix that.
Yeah.
What do you want for Saberlight?
You want for Saberlight?
Yeah. I'd be down with some Enigma, maybe. Tidehunter is fine. It gives you that team fight, but a lot of, like, we've even seen it in the previous series, that Tidehunter, when he's playing into Phantom Assassin, when she gets the early shard, he doesn't feel as tanky at all.
But Tide players have shifted their perspective on the matchup because they're looking at Blink, they're going Ghost Scepter. So when
10
PA has
seconds
Battle Fury
remaining.
BKB Shard, the Tidehunter has the Ghost Scepter, forcing the PA to go for the
5
early Nullifier.
seconds
Like, there's
remaining.
ways to at least play the matchup because people are respecting Ghost Scepter a lot more.
Yeah, there's also a little bit of a backup. You have status resistance with the Tinker. You have
Tundra
Warcry armor, which is always going to be
Turn
good. And yeah, Invoker, it has to go. Like, if you look at the side lane setup that they could do with the Clockwork Darkseer, if you get caught inside of the cogs, it's 100% kill.
What do you think
10
would do
seconds
well
remaining.
against Dazzle mid, but also would have done
5 seconds
not so well
remaining.
against an Invoker mid? Because that's kind of where we are at, right? Because the Dazzle could be mid or could be a support.
Yeah, I think Liquid is respecting the bigger picture of Tundra's lineup. Because to think of the hero that can outlane the Dazzle, but then also be better than Invoker is like a little bit a step too far, I think. I think they just understand that Dazzle 5 is a thing they don't care about, so they're banning out the mids to maybe force the Dazzle to go there to find a better hero.
These are two really good bans from Tundra because they don't have much lockdown against the Storm Spirit. Sure, they still have one extra pick, and also Reiki ban, which is great against Dazzle. Of course, we've seen it, Team Spirit utilizing it very nicely.
This is annoying from Tundra because if they know Dazzle's 5 and they ban a Storm and a Reiki, they're in Liquid's heads now. But they're going to ban another mid going, oh, don't support, right? They're going to force out the bans in a different path. Maybe I'm overcooking here, but sometimes these last two bans can just mean a lot. And Liquid, they don't fall for it, they don't care. They still ban out another mid.
Yeah, they ban out the Monkey King.
Yeah, even a support Dazzle would hate playing Storm into Ricky.
Sure. It made me think that Ember is still in the pool, but then again, so is Huskar, so you really don't want to...
And you don't want to pick Ember and then
into Dazzle.
Yeah,
mid.
exactly.
Yep.
So what is still left in the pool for Nisha here? This feels like it's quite a puzzle to solve for them.
Yeah, all his best heroes are gone. The Mag's gone, the Tiny's gone.
Maybe some casual Queen of Pain that could come out because again, they don't have much lockdown. I love Queen of Pain as a response to Phantom Assassin. Like you get the pushback when she's using Satanic.
Or we're gonna have
Nisha Tinker. Okay.
You know, like when you
That's a big smile for that too. Has he, look up, please, the Pro Tracker. How much has he practiced that?
Pro trackering Nisha is often quite a
low
game
like
split.
20 games max.
Yeah. I get
But I always just forget the ability to put the Tinker mid. Sure, it's the damage that they required, the blink, the agonyms.
Yeah.
Sure, there's good jump. The Clockwork PA. You think about old school counters are very good against the Tinker. Protected though with Jakiro, Tide, Muerta, Sven.
No.
It's gonna be hard to kill him.
What does BZM want? It could be just some casual Dragonite, another Blink initiator that they're looking into.
Does Dazzle not play well into the Tinker? Do they not want to do that?
It's what Dazzle's a backline hero. Sure, you blink him with your.
Oh, and
I think you
need to. Yeah, you need to catch that guy. So
yeah, fair. Okay, what do you play against Tinker?
Oh, I think he should never play Tinker competitively, or is he just on different accounts? Because on his main account that he's on right now,
Yeah.
it does say that Tinker for him is an unplayed hero. But sometimes Nisha has played on a couple of
Tinker that we've seen was NTS, right? And he did go for still the same repair bots.
Yeah.
Facet, he did build into pretty much support items, getting that Glimmer Cape, because he wants to be able to protect himself, and then he started to scale with some Aghanim Scepter.
Is there any chance for any of the other four to be in that mid lane instead of Tinker?
No.
As Pango comes last.
Easy
Choose
answer.
your hero.
After they pick the hero. Tundra, I don't think they're too concerned. Sure, it's in an uncomfortable position. I think any time a Tinker core gets presented, you have to go down the checklist. Like, do we have a nullified buying hero? Do we have backline vision? Do we have backline jump? And they already answered that, right? You got the Darkseer for the jump, the Clockwork for the jump, and the vision, PA for the nullifier. So your last pick, as long as it creates a little bit of tempo to ensure that you progress the map, contest wisdom runes, don't allow Tinker to farm stacks, then you're going to be good. Tinker is a hero that needs towers to stay alive and to farm ancient stacks and take wisdoms. So if all those three things can be played into by Tundra, which their draft does allow them, it's a playable game. It's not like it's the Tinker game of, oh my god, Tundra have nothing to offer.
No, they definitely do have the answers. They do have the backline jump. And also looking at the minus armor, Tundra, they cook pretty hard. You have Lucky Shot, you have Weave, and you also have Phantom Assassin with the physical damage that's going to come out. Sure, there is Warcry on one side, but slightly preferring Team Liquid in this one. I think mid Tinker is a bit underrated. I thought we were going to be seeing slightly more of it, considering how many mid laners did play it coming into the tournament. And also looking at the lanes from Team Liquid, it looks like they have pretty strong lanes.
Even with the knowledge that we have not seen Nisha on a Tinker.
I double checked.
Double checked?
He's played it, I believe, 3 times.
In his career.
In his career, yes.
How long ago? Because I feel like this must be so long ago. I mean, we don't know what he practiced in his pubs. He is a man of many mysteries in regards to that. So I'm sure that if you want to pull that out in the grand finals, he's going to have something up his sleeve. It is obviously a great card to play.
Googling.
Okay, there's a lot of clicking going on.
There's a lot of clicking.
So going into this draft, Lacoste, you said you favor Team Liquid a little bit. What needs to happen for Tundra for them to have a good showing here?
I mean, Tundra also has a lineup that can snowball. I also want to see what the items are going to be getting, what he's going to be getting on Darkseer. Most of the time, it is this Vanguard / Captain's Halberd and then into another Aura item. But yeah, they could definitely push the tempo with Dazzle if they get off to a really good start.
Well, let's see what kind of start they're going to have, as it is time for Sunspan and Cinderin for this Grand Finals for Wallachia Season 3.
Thank you, Shiver. We are here, ladies and gentlemen, in a best of 5 between Team Liquid and Tundra. Tundra coming through the lower bracket. They actually got 2-0'd by Liquid earlier in the tournament. As we're going to see Soxa potentially get opened up on. Maybe not. He is playing Clockwork, by the way. But Cinderin, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Shannon. I had a good night's rest.
Yeah,
and I am now
really cut it close getting here.
Oh, that's untrue. But it could have been.
He showered like 45 minutes ago.
Yeah, I want to be fresh for the broadcast.
You are as fresh as can be.
Yeah, that's right. Uh-oh, 33.
Yeah, we're going to see the Stormhammer from Mickey. Nice dead shot as well. 33 is dead. First blood to Insania. Mickey, he's certainly going to fall. Can they get Dirachu as well? He's going to be resigned to his own death eventually, but gets a lot of XP in the meantime. So a 1 for 2 as Liquid coming out on top of that.
Fighting into March of the Machines on the runes is a bold choice. And I wanted to say, so obviously they talked about this as well on the panel. This has to be the worst possible matchup that Tundra can get in the finals. They have barely, can't remember the last time they won a series against Liquid. It's been so long.
Yeah, just set it up. Make it nice and dramatic, Cinderin.
Well, here's the thing. If it's a bad matchup, and you have, you know, historically just, this is a tough opponent, it's going to feel that much sweeter if you do get the win. And if you don't, you can chalk it up to, well, it was Liquid this time.
That's right.
You know?
That's true. Boxy
Tundra have everything to win here.
In the top lane, will...
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, was that a deny?
Nope.
It was not a deny. Couldn't see with the text there.
Dazzle PA, what year is it? This lane together. This feels like something straight out of 2009.
Well, we saw Whitemon play Dazzle support, I believe it was yesterday.
Yep.
Did not win.
Didn't it?
It did, and I just have horrible memory. Did it actually?
Wasn't that the last game of the day?
Oh, God.
Am I missing?
The last day was the hour-and-a-half game that was 20 minutes, you mean?
Yeah, wasn't he Dazzle 5 in that?
Okay, well, I'm just not going to speak anymore because dementia kicking in is like, oh boy, here we go.
Oh, no.
PTSD from last night, of course. I do want to talk about this hero on the screen, Nisha Tinker. I haven't seen the core version in I don't know how long. So obviously the big difference is the March of the Machines do not heal. But of course, instead, when you put the defense matrix on yourself and then the barrier gets absorbed, you blink forward a little bit.
350. Range.
So, tell me about this hero. I'm guessing you haven't seen it in the core position either.
It's actually been pretty popular in pubs in High Immortal, so I'm relatively familiar with it as a core, but yeah, in this tournament, I think Nothing to Say played it once. I was talking to Falk about it before this game, and he said Nothing to Say went for repair bots as the mid-tinker in that game.
Huh.
Translocator is not a given that you have to take, but I really like his choice of doing it this game in particular because it's a get-out-of-jail-free card against Clockwork. If you have Defense Matrix on and you get hookshot in the cogs, this push-out can get you out of those cogs.
Yeah, that's true.
And get you a much better position to fight. Obviously, you can get vacuumed back in, but there's a lot of like conditionals that need to be met for that to actually even happen. So
that's a good segue. Let's talk about Clockwork. This hero hasn't seen too much action. This is your favorite hero of all time as well.
Yeah, probably is if I had to pick one. Yeah, I'm not too convinced by this patch, to be honest. Obviously, one of the heroes that got nerfed from the damage reduction on spells. Battery Assault no longer does bonus damage to creeps, which was one of Clockwork's ways of trying to keep up in farm. Now, I like that overall design direction of removing those things, but the heroes that lost it weren't really compensated much in any other avenues, while other heroes didn't get similar
One step
nerfs.
at a time, Cinderin.
Yep.
All right, that's how iterative design works.
That's right.
Soxa with the cogs. Mickey is going to be able to break himself out of there.
Jakiro is amazing against the cogs. This matchup has really changed.
Yeah.
This used to be such a bad matchup for Jakiro because Clockwork would hookshot cog you in and you would struggle to break the cogs. Now you just attack it once and you run out.
Yeah, you struggle to move at all as Whitemon. Gonna get hounded by Boxy and Saberlight. Won't lead to a kill, but a lot of harassment damage. I mean, Jakiro's always been one of those heroes, like you said, against the Clockwork with the mini stuns. Every move was always just a pain for Jakiro. It's like he's an old man with just horrible joints, which I can relate to. Can barely turn. Things have changed with Jakiro. They've gotten a lot better in that department. Turn rates.
Some surgery.
Yeah, the double head, now the double attack. Everything's changing for him.
And I think also, since the version of Jakiro we're remembering against Clockwork, I think the cast point of Dual Breath was improved at some point. I don't remember which patch this was.
Probably every spell in that regard.
I think you used to not even be able to cast Dual Breath under Battery Assault.
Probably.
But now you can. So yeah, this matchup is not the one you remember from years past. I was actually hoping Saksa would pick up a Spirit Breaker in this game, rather than the Clock. When they had the Darkseer and they saw the Tinker pick, even if they're trying to counter potential 5 Tinker, maybe the Spirit Breaker could have been an interesting angle at least, but it seems like nobody wants to run that hero this tournament. So
apparently not, yeah.
T-Governor is very sad. Not only is his hero not getting picked, but he lifted his finger before they threw to us for the game and did not get his point in. So he's definitely in the green room yelling at Shiver for not letting him finish his sentence. All have a lot of interpersonal drama among the talent group.
Yep, of course we all hate each
T-Gov
other.
is the most loud and rowdy person among all of them. Very insufferable individual.
And Jenkins is strangely silent in the green room, which is really weird based on his persona. As Boxy, inside of his own calling, he's going to get Phantom struck. There's the dead shot onto Duraccio. Playing this very aggressively. Another stifling dagger from afar. And no deny again from Saberlight. Duraccio and company, or Whitemon specifically, will get the last hit.
All in all, this laning stage is going quite even. I would say the biggest surprise to me is how much BZM is winning mid by. That was not my expectation that he would be ahead by 500 against the Tinker. There's some, obviously, First Blood gold. I don't remember if it actually... Was it BZM getting the very first kill?
No, I think Liquid did, didn't they?
First Blood was Insania on 33, and then BZM killed Mickey. Yeah, okay. So, there's some kill gold, but...
Oh, you mentioned 33. I mean, we haven't really talked about that aspect of this, right? This is his former team, of course, and he's had a lot of success in his career, but like you said, they've been struggling against Liquid lately. When you have a player like this, it feels like they always have some sort of a leg up on their team in some respect when coming back against them with the strategies and whatnot.
That has not been the case for Tundra versus Liquid.
But he's been waiting for this moment.
That's right. He played the long con.
That's right. As we're going to see a Rolling Thunder from BZM. Boxy, poison touched by Whitemon. Sox is going to make his way over as well. This will be a kill as BZM picks it up. Now, how does the interaction with Cogs and the Rolling Thunder work? You can bounce the enemies out of your own Cogs, right? I assume. If they're close enough.
I think so, yeah. But
So it can be counterintuitive.
Most of the time, if they're properly placed in there and you navigate it well, you can also kind of keep them inside. It's one of those weird ones where it's angle dependent, and also whether the cog. Obviously, if the cog has been procced, that probably changes as well whether you can get out or not.
Yeah.
So it's the
I mean, because of the Jakiro, is this a game where we're going to see the talent for the cogs to make them a little tankier? It's an extra 2 power cogs hit to kill. That's 1 attack.
It's a level 15 talent, but yeah, maybe. I find the battery assault talent actually to be kind of underwhelming in a lot of games because you're not really... When you're level 15 on Clockwork, you're not really killing heroes anymore as much as you're controlling them. So, Mickey, speaking of...
Yeah, gets himself out of the cog. You see the TP from Insania. Gets the dual breath onto Soxa, who's basically all alone now. Will burn away. Boxy will get the last hit.
Yeah, they tried to dive Mickey there with the Clock Darkseer, but this is no longer 2022, so that's not a kill. Mickey will instead survive on 500 health. The game has changed, Shannon.
Yes.
Modern Dota is a different beast. Clockwork has not upgraded his tech enough. 33 diving.
Have the wall come out. Mickey able to run away, and 33's in a lot of trouble.
Damn, that calling so much damage
here, but a nice grave from Whitemon.
No
Blood grenade, try to turn this around onto Boxy. Dead shot. Did it hit?
That's a god.
Did he tank it?
That was flat out get down, Mr. President Darkseer.
That was nice.
Darkseer, of course, not fit for president. He's very smart. That is...
Radiant's courier has been killed.
So he could never.
True that, Mickey.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They're still trying to find him. He's at half HP. We'll pop the ult. Soxa with the cogs. Another TP coming in. Nisha looks he can get around pretty easily. Has the shield rune bottled up right now. And he'll back. And that's the beauty of, well, I don't know if beauty is the right word, but of Tinker.
Look at this.
Yeah, that was,
I love that.
Good.
Clutch.
And you notice 33 was just running in a straight line as well. He just had all the confidence in the world in Saksa.
Yeah, I mean, when you're at this level, you just know. Yeah.
Poison touch on Insania, but he's fast in that river. Well, that's not... Is that part of the river now? It's just water. The waterway? What are we calling
Waterway.
it? Yeah, what do we do? The waterfall?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We need to start naming these
Yeah.
locations because it's getting complicated, Cinderin.
The river used to have a name. What do we call this one?
Well, this is just river, yeah. That's for change.
The what?
BZM working on defusal.
Radiant's
As you come up with a good
bottom
joke.
tower is under attack.
I don't have a good name for this, but you're right. It kind of does need to have a name, right? We don't know how to call this area in general. These little... I think waterways is kind of good, actually. It rolls right off the tongue, Shannon. Good one.
Yeah, thank you. And Nisha protecting this tier 1 tower. The spam of the March of Machines. You can see that Tundra are
Radiant's
here
bottom
in numbers,
tower is
though.
under attack.
Ooh, Meike.
They really want to find a pickoff.
Well, he did finish the camp, and he is now heading up north, but Saksa should be able to piece this together based on his ward, and they will indeed.
Oh, Duracio's going to take a full Ravage into the Ice Path. He's actually going to live down the laser from afar. Nisha finds the last hit. Mickey, in the meantime, gank number 3 on him. He's getting to the other side of Poison Touch. A nice dead shot being back, but Nisha will find Saksa. Finally, they get what they came for. Feels like many minutes ago. As there's the Dire Fountain. BZM will be getting the last hit onto Mickey. It took a long-ass time, Cinder, but they finally got it.
Yep.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And it's worth it, right? Oh, well, it isn't really on a macro scale because you lost the PA top as well, but I think if you're playing Clockwork in this type of game, you want to enable your Darkseer to scale. So either you want to run around with Ion Shell on and look for core kills, or you want to farm jungle and kind of be like a Dominator creep for your Darkseer, which is a sad fate, but such is life sometimes. Saberlight.
Yeah, battery called upon him. Will bump into the cogs. Kind of resigned here as Nisha gets off a laser onto Darachi, who does have to be careful. March of Machines providing a lot of cover. Cycling that. Darachi actually wants to go in deep. The Kraken Shell providing a lot of cover for himself as well as Darachi.
Sorry, that didn't mean for that to come out that way.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you ing about?
That's close.
Have a thing for watermelons?
That was your takeaway from that.
Saberlight lives. And how about the matchup of late game? I know it's not as Mickey's going to take a few stacks here. The Sven versus PA these days.
He's pulling ahead by a lot.
Yeah, right now, sure.
Yeah. In general, like if both heroes are having a great game, I mean, who really can hold a candle to PA in ultra late game carry to carry except Void? I don't actually know if there's any carry that truly can. But Sven is one of the heroes that has the better chances, because if you do get the jump, there's very few heroes that burst PA before she gets Satanic off, but Sven is one of the heroes that can do it. You get a stun chain going. Of course, you're looking at Liquid's lineup. There's going to be plenty of stuns in the late game. You're going to have a Refresher on Tide if we get to that point. Ice Path is a really strong follow-up stun. The Dead Shot and everything. So they can definitely chain stuns. And there's no way for Tundra to kind of get good dispel against it.
Boxy ticking away. Deny, finally.
Denied.
This is the third attempt. Denied Illusion Rune before that as well, so double deny. Awful projection, first usage, I believe, from Whitemont.
What do you think about the sound when it comes back?
I think the sound effects are great. Yeah. Does feel a little more tinkery, I guess.
Sounds like Pong.
33 and BZM take a pretty juicy Ancient stack. I think that was maybe a 4 stack.
Yeah, 33 is rich. It's top net worth in his team. Has a fast Halberd, and now he's going in for the Shivas. So obviously the Halberd will be nice against Sven, but I have to say, Nisha has been completely unaddressed in this game as the mid-tinker.
Yeah.
3-0-1, top net worth together with the Sven. This hero can get extremely scary given enough time. Daracho, yeah.
Oh boy.
He is a goner.
Super, super easy kill. Good positioning from Liquid. That's going to put him behind on the old Battle Fury. Oh, we're getting Kraken Shell stacks today, huh?
Yep.
Nice.
Got 3 of those.
All right.
And as we learned, courtesy of my wonderful Discord channel, The Kraken Shell part, the bonus parts,
Yeah.
is not breakable.
Radiant's
Yeah, we were
bottom
talking
tower
about
is
this. It's
under
kind of
attack.
similar in the thought process of reactive armor, right? Just
Dire's top
Now, as a
tower
disclaimer, I did not check if it was true. I just took it at face value and believed it.
yeah,
So-
your Discord sounds like they'd be pretty smart.
Oh, that's really nice of you to say.
Make up for your idiocy, of course.
That is not how that would work.
That is how it works, and they're gonna save
I knew it was gonna be
get a hook
backhanded.
shot. Rolling Thunder. They got the stun lock. He's all alone. This will lead to an eventual kill. It's taken a while though. Obviously doesn't want to pop the Ravage there, as BZM will net himself a kill. Has the defusal. We'll be going for Blink. And let's get back to this Nisha Tinker again.
Yeah.
He has Blink right now. Has Kaya going for Aghanim's Scepter.
Yeah, the Kaya Rush is interesting to me. I don't know how common this is. I feel like the pup builds I've seen have mainly been revolving around getting the faster Ags immediately after that dagger.
But what are you expecting in the, let's say, mid game? Like, is Sheepstick, would that still be a thing on this hero?
Yeah, he's gonna probably get Hex eventually, right? But I guess after Ags, Aether Lens, and then maybe it's probably either is BKB good here? Not really that good. So maybe, I don't know, Shiva, I guess? Getting the armor against PA Pango.
Dire's
Probably the
middle
best
tower
choice,
is under
but
attack.
yeah, not really inherently a very obvious itemization game, I would say. This win probability is looking mighty good for Liquid. It's rare that we see it be this one-sided with no gold advantage.
Yeah.
At 15 minutes, Dota Plus really likes Nisha.
A lot of people can attest to that.
Yeah,
15 minutes, Tormy time.
that's right.
Sox,
Liquid are set up.
In the Lotus Flower area, is he gonna find Saberlight, or is it the other way around? He's in the cogs, his Napa projection is used. Insani getting rolled on, can't get any spells off. Finally, the Ice Path comes as Mickey's gonna use that as an opportunity to right-click 33.
Nice Halberd.
Insani has already died. 33 with the back wall, but the Ravage to come is gonna hit 2. Down goes 33. Sox on the other side
not
has
gonna
cogs
work.
now. Will likely get chased. Will they bother? One for
Radiant
one.
are scanning.
Core for support, so
Dire's
Liquid will be
middle
happy.
tower is under attack.
They have enough space to go for the old Tormy.
Radiant's
Looks like
middle
that is the
tower
case.
Under attack.
I find it surprising how often this Observer Ward that Tundra have down here right now gets to stick around.
Oh, that was close.
Very close. And of course it's that close because they didn't deward here, but that ops has been really common this tournament, but still teams are placing a set that just barely doesn't reach.
He is all alone here, by the way. He is being quite the nuisance. He's gonna die. It seems like he wanted to. The Saberlight.
He has left an obs behind that box he's about to walk into. Oh, nice.
That was a little weird. Boxy will get the shard, so I guess slight disappointment from Liquid. Jakiro's is, I mean, his isn't amazing, but it's
No, neither of them are
Dire's
that
middle
great.
tower is under attack.
I think the next one coming out, Saberlight's going to buy his own before 25, so the remaining ones will be Sven or Tinker, depending on who is higher net worth out of the two when we get there, together with obviously the
I mean,
Jakiro.
another way to think of the Tormentor now, because there's only one, is you're taking away from the team, so
Yeah.
the Clockwork or Dazzle would have received it if Tundra got it.
Yeah.
I mean, you tell me how good the Clockwork one is, as you're a Clockwork player.
I think it's better this patch than the last one. We've seen Night Stalker be a top tier pick this tournament for a couple of reasons, but I would say the primary one is flying vision on this map is really, really valuable because it's a lot harder to ward than it was in 737. It's hard to get major area control, but that means an ability like Jetpack by extension should be better. But it's one of those shards that you don't really like. Clockwork just struggles to get gold, and this game is the perfect example of that. Sock's a bottom net worth. The hero doesn't farm very well. So can you really afford to buy the shard in a lot of games when you want some sort of utility item, Glimmer or Force Staff or Solar? It's
we got a wraparound.
he's actually going Blade Mail here. It looks like against the Tinker, which
Yeah.
I'm not sure how good that is anymore.
This is a tier 1. It's going to be fortified. Soxa looking for the hook shot. We'll get it onto Mickey. He's already popped the war cry. There's the wall. Ice Path to follow, though. Now the Rolling Thunder from BZM holding both Mickey and Saberlight in place. Brave to keep Soxa alive. That's 2 dead for Liquid already. Boxy with the TP out. He actually cancels it there. As Dyrachyo wants to continue to fight. He's going to get lasered to half HP. He has to be careful. This is an Aghanim Scepter Tinker. Dyrachyo will Phantom Strike away. As BZM coming, they still want to fight. Nisha is such a beast.
His arcane rune.
This hero is so hard to deal with going high ground against the March of the Machines.
He had so many spells to cast that with the arcane rune. But they didn't lose anyone, so that was a really nice defense from Tundra. Getting the perfect chain stun onto Sven is big here, and you're buying time. Dyrachyo still has some catching up to do. That is now Sven's third death this game. So both he and Dyrachyo with an uncharacteristically high amount of deaths, sub 20 minutes.
Dyrachyo about 2k behind, I guess 1.3k behind, but has the Battle Fury, and is going for the BKB next, only just the recipe away, so
yeah,
he'll be in somewhat fighting shape. And this feels like Nullifier has to come at some point for him.
They found
Saksa. Getting the hook shot off, but he will die. Boxy.
Close to trading there.
Yeah, the shield crash, not enough.
Curious for Nisha's next quick buy now. There's the lens, as expected. Okay, it's going to be E-Blade. Also a good choice here, of course. It's, I mean, the logic behind Shiva, this is similar, but now you can protect allies instead as well. So he can use this to save his Sven if he gets chain stun jumped by Pango. He can use it to protect his Tide as well, even if PA has a shard. But of course, there's going to be an eventual Nullifier, which will then be a double dip against E-Blade and the defense matrix.
Yeah.
But that's quite far away, so if he's playing the timing here...
Yeah, it is. Dyrachyo, he jumps in onto Mickey, who wants to fight this out. Ice Path is there, but now the reinforcements have arrived. The wall is placed. BZM with the Rolling Thunder. Do they have the perma-stun? Mickey gets pretty damn low. The swashbuckle into the illusion is enough. Thought he was actually going to live there as Liquid came in numbers, especially with Nisha's laser that just does a ridiculous amount of damage at this point.
Saberlight needs to get some more gold. That's actually the biggest difference between the teams right now is the fact that Saberlight does not have utility items except his shard, and well, that's
still how you get around. Not in this mode, it's how he loses it. He will fall.
He seems a bit desperate to get his dagger, but I honestly think he should just be farming it very, very safely instead. This blink is a massive difference maker. When you look at how Tundra are playing the fights, it's a lot about just getting that one jump with Clockwork into a vacuum follow-up, and Tide can completely combo break this if he has the blink. They find Boxy too.
Yeah, this is the 21-minute shrine, of course. Dyrachyo. He has the BK... okay, he couldn't actually blink strike onto Boxy, and now the Nightfall away, he's okay. He has learned from the best. And Saksa will be left behind.
I think awkward is a good way to describe what just happened there. That was...
I assume he was trying to Phantom Strike on Pierce the Veil. Is that what happened?
I mean, you can't. You still connect. You just don't hit it.
You don't hit it. He's like, yeah, he would have blinked still.
But he wanted to get the wisdom, obviously, but Boxy was already in ulti form, and he doesn't want to blink. It's just super awkward.
It looked like he BKB'd and was stunned that he BKB'd. He just stood there.
Yeah, that's the 9-seconder. You got about as little value out of that as possible. Well, you did live, but you could have also just not gone. That's Tinker's licking his lips whenever BKBs drop. You're seeing it here. He already used Phantom.
Yeah, you're right. It was earlier.
And then...
And...
and it does go in. It's like, wait, he's still physically immune? That's so weird.
Yeah, that's awkward to say the least.
Yeah.
This is why, dude, Dyrachyo is one of my favorite players to cast because of situations like this.
Yeah. It's
like really questionable, weird things, and then he just goes beast mode at times. It's almost like the modern day Eternal Envy.
Yeah.
You want to put it that way.
Just instead of 50-50, he's got some different numbers.
Yeah, he does. His numbers are a little better. Dyrachyo working on the S and Y, so wants the status resistance.
It's definitely going to be a matter of, for him, later down the line in this game, he needs to itemize specifically against Tinker. So, Satanic is going to be a nice choice. He'll remove the laser at least once. I don't know if you can go an additional defensive item, like... Is Manta an option here instead of SNY, perhaps? To deal with more of these issues that you have, especially against the Tinker? I don't know, like maybe it's a too glass half empty way of thinking, but...
Yeah.
We'll see. He's
into
still
Satanic.
on the SNY. Yes, the Satanic makes a ton of sense, but it is perhaps a little bit concerning. Is he gonna actually have enough damage to kill these heroes? Defense Matrix, Sven Warcry, tanky heroes.
They blink right on him. He has to pop the BKB and retreat the Nightfall maneuver for a second time this game.
That's a free tower.
Indeed.
Bottom tower
But
is under
I mean, we
in this
talked
game,
about the
it's good.
importance of this nullifier. That's just putting it even farther behind against
Yeah.
Blade against the defense matrix.
It kind of feels like he needs all of these items, though, maybe except the SNY. Like, the Satanic just feels necessary. But going BKB, Battle Fury, Satanic also sounds kind of meh.
I mean, Duracho is used to going extreme late game, so
Yeah, that's true.
just scheduling ahead of time.
Saberlight got his blink, by the way. He's now buying Ghost Scepter, one of Tide's best solutions to PA with an eventual shard, which he doesn't have yet, but with this Ghost Scepter, he can reliably get off his stuff. Now, for the time being, he's playing against 0 breaks, right? I think right now it's probably not necessary, but he's just planning ahead. But the Nullifier is getting better and better. If he wants Ghost Scepter, while Nisha has this E-Blade... I have to say, though, I'm struggling to see Tundra take fights right now against this Tinker E-Blade. It's actually really, really good right now. And Nullifier is on the way for BZN.
Radiant's
Next
top
item for
tower
him.
is under attack.
Really talk about him as a carrier, but he's queuing it up. He's got a shard on the courier. And it's time to prepare for the Tormentor.
Army
Good
time.
heavens, would you look at the time.
And a smoke from Liquid.
And Jab's proud of his team. Says that they are struggling to time the Tormentor.
Dire's middle
This
tower is under attack.
Time they did it right.
Radiant are scanning.
Tundra actually leaving.
There you go.
They had the area and then they gave it up. So I think they've just lost the Tormentor now, effectively.
Yeah, it's either that or they're used to playing with Night Stalker.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Confused, you say? Paimon? Oh,
Quite possibly.
that was
Gets
half
through
a
the
second
gate.
off dying there.
And yeah, this...
Surely this is just going to be free, right?
it looks like it.
But
Although-
when did it die?
That's a good question. I don't know either. We need UI in the game to show us.
This is so
We're
weird.
too stupid.
Both teams went down there one after the other, and they both left, and the Tormentors.
Yeah, it's a strange.
It's like they... Well, at the very least for Liquid, they got a ward down, but that was funny. Okay, I don't know if Jabs is proud anymore. He clearly did not.
You're all cut.
Oh, man.
And Whitemon going through the gate now.
Oh, no,
So
Tundra's
Tundra,
starting to come back. They're like, ah!
I think that they have perhaps timed it a little
There
bit.
it is. Oh, they timed it perfectly.
Yeah, they did. Although into the pit Liquid go. So will there be a trade?
God, I love this. It's so funny.
This patch
There will be a
is
trade.
really delivering. Like, this is the actual design coming into play here. Soxa will get the shard, so we're going to see his jetpack.
Yep. Oh, he almost stole Roche.
And now Aegis for Mickey. And
considering
Sven,
how-
not the best Aegis carrier, but it feels like Tinker is untouchable right now.
Both that, but also if you look at Tundra's teamfight plan so far, they've been jumping Sven more or less every time. If he has this Aegis, he's a very unappealing target.
Yeah.
He can just not pop his ult until he feels confident in the fight and just frontline for his team.
Feels like Whitemon is telling Tundra, you don't have to worry about Tinker. It's a support hero, guys. It can't be good. There's no way.
Yep,
We'll see.
surely.
Looks good so far.
But gets a clueless from here. He's
And-
a late game monster.
You talked about how BKB was kind of meh for the Tinker.
He's still getting it.
He's getting it now.
It's I guess okay, so the major upside here is that it protects your Ethereal Blade. Right? It's your best coverage against
Radiant
Nullifier,
are scanning.
probably. So
The Nullifier that will never come.
I mean, Pango is halfway.
Okay.
It's coming.
All right.
You know,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And that's all. You're preparing yourself as well for it. There's like Nothal projection. That's an issue. You're anticipating probably a hex from Pango, or excuse me, from Darkseer eventually. It covers your bases somewhat against Clockwork. Sure, he can hookshot stun you, but then he can't follow up with anything. It's a very standard item on Tinker. It's just not the best BKB game ever, but it's probably still good enough.
They almost got caught here from the Tundra side. They're going to get the Shrine instead. Dyrachyo with another defensive BKB.
He's down to 6 seconds, and I don't think he's hit a hero with BKB
He
yet.
has not.
That is...
Definitely not.
That is 3 defensive back-to-back uses.
Back-to-back-to-back, Syndra.
Oh, BZM.
Yep, he gets off the Rolling Thunder and has a TP.
33 will TP out as well.
Surely he'll use it.
Dire's middle tower is under
Misses the entire wave.
Yeah. So, I was like, what? Okay. 3 minutes left on the Aegis here as a hook shot's gonna disrupt Misha a bit, but he's got the E-Blade. And yeah, he's fine.
Soxa's just trying to force a rotation here or bait TPs. He knows there's no potential for a kill there. He would lose that fight every day of the week. I think Darkseer plus Clockwork ganking Tinker will die. So they will lose the 2v1. Gotta be a bit more clever about it, but yeah. Liquid didn't take the bait, however.
Yeah, they'll find a White Mon. Oof.
Yeah, Tinker, level 19, so that's the level 3 ult. Moxie set up a nice trap there with the aggressive ward. Looking at the map in general, really nice vision currently for Team Liquid. Whereas the Tundra side only sitting with the... I believe they only have 1 ops on the map. The one in the bottom half, center part. So quite difficult to play nighttime against these heroes when you have no vision for Tundra.
Yeah, but Tundra's
Alright,
still
Dyrachyo's
with,
swinging. He's not going Satanic, he's going Hellfire too.
Oh!
So, change of plans?
Well, he's 1,000 away. And my guess is that is the point in which Tundra will actually start fighting. They've been delaying. It's a 3K lead for them. They've been avoiding these fights so successfully.
Going double nullifier is a little bit of a hard all-in though. If PA does not successfully kill during her BKB, she's going to be food without Satanic.
Yeah.
She's just going to get countered by laser. She's going to get caught in any stun and not be able to fight her way back out after she drops low. So that this is a very... It's a riskier approach, but I actually think it is better, so I do agree with it. But you got to execute to a high degree to make this work. Dyrachyo.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
We're thinking about it.
You think you have a free kill on a support, and Tinker can always just TP you right on top. That's a jetpack, but the anchor comes from Saberlight. The shard in tow. And
it needs some better fuel for that jetpack to carry the anchor as well, so...
Yeah.
Would be a nice buff to Clockwork.
We have an MKB now on Mickey, so doesn't have to worry about the PA evasion as much.
It's still, like you said, the gold looks quite healthy for both teams. The big difference here is Tide is very low on net worth, but silver lining here is as long as Saberlight can get off a good anchor and his Ravage, I think that his job is done, and we'll see it right now on BZM.
Ravage into the laser, BZM, he gets the shard off, but the Stormhammer is there. And the first core kill, it feels like, in quite a while. Liquid be very happy with that.
1 minute, but no wave.
Oh, Dyrachyo. Now we're going to see the Nightfall again.
Oh, yeah.
Pops it. He does hit the hero 1 time. Phantom strikes away. Stormhammer is going to get done at the very tail end. Gush under the tier 2. Gets the blink strike off, but the E-Blade is there. Oh, he's in a lot of trouble if they want to dive here. Mickey, he pops the ult, enraged here. Inside the cogs. PA getting lasered. They get the Hex onto Nisha. They'll pop the BKB. They find the BKB finally. No grave to come. Mickey, with the help of the Ice Pack, just beating on 33. Gets graved. Can he TP out? No stun. He's fine. Would have been even more of a disaster there for Tundra, but still. All right. Using PA, he's hit 1 hero 1 time with BKB.
White Mon wants to stay on the team, so graving 33 instead of Dyrachyo seems like a good way to ensure your job security. I think being arguably the best position 5 of the tournament, if that's not good enough for you, then also got to suck up to 33 here too.
True. Yeah, 21 stacks on.
He was the one who built the team after all. And I heard he has a couple of shields at home. There's the Ravage into Anchor. Kind of cut it a little bit close there, did Saberlight, but it's fine.
Incoming! BZM just has to take his hand off keyboard there.
Oh. Yes, that's some despair right there. And then he's smiling after. He seems a little confused about how he really felt.
Yeah, this Tide anchor is so insane.
Blink Gush anchored him without the grave going off.
Yeah.
And, well,
Dire's bottom
they
tower
did save
is under
33.
attack.
As we covered, they actually did run out of every single stun they had.
Tide Shard is so often such a huge part of these games. 33 and Soxa are going to get initiated on. The laser's going to bounce onto 2. Mickey, they call the TP off for 33. They will find Soxa.
Found the one possible spot to get stuck, but he did have the harpoon to get down with. I didn't even know you could get stuck on that corner
Is under attack.
behind that tree. That's new tech. Well, or anti-tech. Don't do that. Power down.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Next wave will be cleaned up. They're pushing quite well here, and of course, one of the luxuries of Tinker is if you don't have amazing catch heroes,
Top tower is under
enjoy
attack.
taking care of the waves all game. Because he will never, nobody on the team will ever have to go back to push these waves out as long as Tinker feels confident doing it himself. And real talk, killing Nisha probably requires PA, Pango, and Clock. He's super tanky, he has 40 armor, 3,000 health, E-Blade, BKB. So you have to chain stun him.
How much damage do you think he's taken from enemy heroes outside of the laning stage? Does it feel like they've really initiated on at all? Like,
Not really.
he's been untouched.
I think they had one attempt, and then he just immediately got off
The hook shot. But that was like
Yeah.
a solo, like you just playing around.
Right, it was just poke, and you saw the translocator at play immediately. Just bounced him out of the cogs.
Yeah.
That wasn't even a real attempt. Well, they might go for a real attempt now as they're smoked up as 4.
6k deficit for Tundra.
The 2 nullifiers are available, and it's time to strike now, but needs to find a good angle. And Boxy can just kind of frontline. If he gets his ulti off, he's
Get the
invincible.
Aethos off into the silence. 33's going to initiate here. Saberlight with a completely whipped Ravage, it looks like. Rolling Thunder, keeping everybody at bay and sitting very low. Soxa with that blade now reflecting a lot of damage. As here comes Mickey, he's going to get bounced out of the cogs. Dyrachyo with the BKB, not able to hit anybody because of the Ghost Scepter. BKB's now caught. Mickey versus Dyrachyo. Who will win? It will be Dyrachyo for now. He gets lasered after the fact. 3 dead for Liquid, 2 dead for Tundra. And you see no more mana onto Nisha inside the cog. 33. BZM will team up to try to take him out. He is so tanky, though. My goodness. Finally, the Shadow Wave finishes them off. Double kill for Whitemon as Saberlight, the last remaining member of Liquid, will get chased down as well. One more Ghost Scepter for the road, but the Ion Shell finishes the job.
Oh, that one feels real bad for Saberlight. I think a little moment of panic there. I don't think anyone in his team was truly in danger. The Boxy, as I was saying, if he immediately gets off Pierce the Veil, it's 8 seconds of more or less invincibility this game when you look at the lineup he's facing. So he was in no danger. The Blink Ravage basically completely whiffed. And that gave Tundra a good attack angle. Finally, they find a way to kill Mickey and develop the fight and survive the onslaught. You're going to see the replay here, so you could probably just chill here, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you need to hurry. As long as Tide is playing around the Sven and the Tinker, they pack a punch, and Nisha's doing whatever he can here, getting off tons of spells, doing 1,000,000 damage and surviving, but the Sven is getting kited, the Ravage isn't pinning heroes down, and Mickey is losing the fist fight to Dyrachyo just barely. So 5 for 2 for Tundra, a big swing.
What need have I for invisible?
It also showcases the strength of Liquid's lineup if things go right.
Oh, it's funny
Disaster.
because they kind of just ignored Nisha, right? That seems to be their strategy, is kill everybody else.
Radiant are scanning.
It's gonna work for now. Eventually it'll get a Dagon, and it'll get worse, but...
As Boxy will be forced to use the ult again, and with that, Thunder disengages. Saberlight TP's in. Dyrachyo, he wants to fight. I'm not sure if he has Shard or not. He has the Nullifier that will through that Ghost Scepter, as we're going to have the hook shot coming in. 3 members getting Rolling Thunder. 2 Permastun into the swatch. BZM takes out Mickey in turn. 3 for nothing as Tundra now taking firm control of this game.
Wow. That went real fast all of a sudden.
That was a sick vac wall into Rolling Thunder. That was like a bowling alley. Just disgusting.
Strike.
Well, it was 3 pins.
Well,
Maybe in Denmark, that's a strike.
no, in Denmark, that's a turkey. We bowl with 1 pin.
Oh, okay.
Is under attack.
It's very difficult, actually. You got to hit that one every time. See the replay here.
For me.
And this is the, you can see the mindset, right? They're just kiting Pierce the Veil. They're just waiting. And then eventually the moment of opportunity shows here. That's really, really beautiful combination. Oh, Tundra. Excellent stuff from 33. And Make It doesn't even get to press a button. And that's Aegis too. So Tundra
Yeah, and Saberlight was completely kited. Inside the cogs to start, they put an Urn Charge on him, so he cannot blink. And then PA, he doesn't kill him, but...
It's kind of crazy they're only 4k up despite winning those 2 fights and killing Roche.
Yeah, it was 4K
I thought
before that.
I thought that would be more than
it was
this.
the same, yeah.
But
maybe the net worth chart is on delay. It's getting some packet loss.
we're back to about 50-50 now.
Oh.
And we didn't cover this, but Whitemon with now the Yules as well as the Aeon Disc.
Whitemon
Can use finally gets to use the Yule to stay alive here. Good.
Oh, he gets rewarded with the shard, so he can use Nothel when stunned.
Yeah, so you have Aeon Disc and that.
And Healing Amp. Wait, is it Healing Amp during Nothel projection only, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
While in the Nothel realm.
When you're in Nothel projection, it should change the colors of everything on your screen so it looks like you're in a different realm. Whitemon run into Boxy. They spot him. They're kind of ignoring each other.
Oh.
Shot misses. There's a Nothel projection into the Poison Touch Hex. 33 is going to jump in with the Shivas. Boxy will have to pop the ult. No real reinforcements are
There's
coming.
that Yule stopping the TP.
And he's going to get to the... They're very hesitant to go on him. They assume somebody's coming, but no. ZM with the Shield Crash, Aghanim Scepter. 60% accuracy, my boy Saksa. Not bad.
There are a lot of spells that's not bad. For Hookshot, I would say that's under par.
Not bad,
Honestly,
60%.
that's a spell that should just kind of sit there most of the time.
Why are you always so negative?
Oh, 60% is most of the time, technically speaking, Sinner. Shut up, Shannon. I know, but it should be more than 60.
All right, we'll let Saksa know after this game that he sucks via Cinderin.
Okay.
They have 2 gems, by the way. Is that what the Whitemon have?
Okay, Whitemon. Can he get out of this? No.
So he's going to return a gem.
Just hanging around here completely on his own. I'm not really sure what the play was.
Was it? Did Boxy have the gem right before? Is that why they had 2? Perhaps.
Wait, was that just stolen?
I don't know.
Maybe it was just stolen. Well, Insania gets back his own here.
Yeah, okay.
This was originally a liquid gem, the one that he's carrying now, but I'm not sure if that was immediately lost. Borracho Satanic almost complete.
Yeah, and the question is, what does he go for after that? I mean, Battle Fury will start to lose a bit of luster, I guess, at some point.
Something extra
Or does it?
for the event.
He doesn't have Shard. Or does he? He does not.
That's a lot of questions.
He does not have Shard, so the break against Saberlight would always be pretty valuable.
I mean, you want to buy Shard regardless, just for the damage, right? It's also part of your burst combo. So I think that should just be his next purchase regardless.
Yeah, I think
honestly.
You never know with Doraccio, you know.
It's also a powerful item against Sven. Even if he has high armor, it's still, you know, you get that extra little bit of damage that in late game situations, sometimes 500 damage wins the entire game. And
does he even know that he hit that? I don't think so. Nullifier. Boxy's going to be forced to use his ult. Doraccio is anchored to the ground. Atos now doesn't want to use the BKB. Of course, has the Aegis, will use it. Another Doraccio type play incoming. And Saberlight's just going to blink away. So he gives up the Aegis basically for free. He's going to jump in on 33 with the ult and beat him down to a pulp.
Totally
90
isolated
seconds,
alone.
Can't get back in. Tundra getting the hell out.
And this is why they say never walk into the waterways alone, Shannon.
And they're going to find Whitemon as well. Dead in the water. Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Want to point out the Sven does not have a crit. So he can hit way harder than that.
True.
Out of position. There's no other way to put it, right? For 33, he was in the middle of the water with no allies around, no grave in sight.
Okay, I'm not gonna go down this road, actually. I feel like Doraccio started that.
Well, they could have, you know, it's one of those, you can call it off, right?
Yeah, Rolling Thunder, gonna force out another ult from Boxy, who gets E-bladed, as if that's gonna stack.
I'll say I don't like that line of thinking, because this is also how a lot of pub games justify their mistakes. So it's like, you were out of position first. So what? You know, like don't make it.
No,
don't
it's more
compound
out
the
of
mistake.
position first and then trying to make up for it another way. So yeah, it's another mistake, but trying to rectify the situation, take advantage of, you know, Dyrachyo dying there. I think that's a very valid way to think of it. I think you're just very salty about pubs.
Okay.
I think that's your issue.
All right, I would just
Get over
argue
it.
I would argue they both made a mistake, and that's it. But
All right. Well, yeah, of course.
you said you didn't want to go down that route.
It's
Now
a
you've done
domino
it.
effect, Cinder.
That's true.
Right?
That is true.
As we have a hex now for Saberlight.
And I'm pretty sure if they're having an internal argument right now, Whitemon is saying 33. I think you're right. I tried to grave you, but I couldn't reach.
No, Whitemon is saying, don't worry about Tinker. It's a support hero. All right, just keep ignoring it.
Nisha's
Speaking
about
of
to
which-
finish Yasha Kaya.
Oh, okay. So he's not
faster
going
cast
for.
point.
Yeah, he's not going for Dagon yet.
Nope. And what? And will he actually at this point? Like, what do you swap out?
Well, you eat your ags, right?
Yeah, and then you go it, or do you go?
I don't know.
He had another item. It's that or Hex, right? Then you have to choose between the two. You can't get both now
Oh, yeah,
with this
that's
inventory. If
true.
you're running Yasha Kaya, you can't do both.
Dire are scanning.
As far as I'm concerned, the ultimate late game Tinker build has Hex and Dagon 5. So maybe this Yasha Kaya will be sold eventually.
Well, this is
'cause I think
damage
he
on
needs to Shiva.
Dyrachyo. They're not going to find
Radiant's
anybody,
middle
not
tower is
outright
under
at least.
Radiant structures are
Then make a
fortified.
different pathway. But
The
we
gold
see Liquid
is
not close.
dead even.
Yeah, this is a hell of a game one for sure.
Nisha is so far ahead. It's a very weird distribution of gold. Nisha has like 10k on the Pango, and then Darkseer has 6k on the Tide. So there's a very, very big core-to-core difference internally among the ranks or the roles, but
Saberlight wants that haste.
he'll get
Get
it.
it.
He'll walk forward. It will obviously be nullified off immediately if the fight breaks out, but Dyrachyo
He wants to use his damage rune.
just ran out.
Hook shot onto Mickey. He's shielded right now. Gets off the Warcry. So Dyrachyo can delete Insanity off the face of the earth. Rolling Thunder now. Will be applied to the Muertas. The BKB and the ult from Mickey are used, but now he's trying to run away. He has to try to fight for Dyrachyo. Finally going to get ravaged, but there's the grave coming out from the dazzle. Can Dyrachyo finish what he started onto Mickey? No. Gets lasered, gets destroyed. Mickey so low right now. He's going to get poison touch. Pops the Warcry. And we'll get another last hit onto a hero. Somehow Mickey is staying alive.
Another anchor.
Whitemon. Cancellation of the TP, early grave. The rest of his team gets out. That's because it's only one hero. Double gem on the deck. Huge fight for Liquid.
At that night and day getting a good Ravage, right? He just waited. This time around, Saber learned from his previous fight, just stalled out for as long as he possibly could, gets a full-on high-impact Ravage on PA +1.
How did Mickey live, dude?
And then they immediately, that's the problem for Dyrachyo. He had already used his Satanic. He's just sitting in laser chains and can't hit. So, really problematic. You can see him trying to stall things out here.
Yeah, he's
Don't get
trying.
anchored. This could become problematic, actually, even within his own
Gets to the
base.
high ground, uses his shard. Mickey jumps in. Laser will continue a lot of damage. There's a hook shot from Soccer. They need to get out Mickey. They need to finally take down this Sven. Getting shielded, getting E-Blade. That's going to provide extra damage with the battery assault. Finally, they take him out. Soxa barely lives, but it looks like Liquid will actually back away now.
Is under attack.
That's honestly not that bad for Tundra burning 2 support buybacks for this Sven kill. I think that's okay, because this could have turned into a lane of barracks as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, very eager to go there. And you're going to see the replay here. So they initiate on Mickey again. The amplified damage rune had just expired, by the way, when the fight broke out. So didn't have that. He's going to get kited out by Yules on the Sven. Once again, Boxy gets the ult off, so he's not a target for a while. And these 6 seconds, you just need to survive them. You can see Mickey kiting off a little bit to the right, and this Ravage, perfect. And now this just chain lasers onto Dyrachyo dice. He does 0 damage now. 33, very late wall, by the way. I'm not sure why that was held onto for so long.
There.
Could have maybe been a difference maker.
Man. So close. Okay, staying alive, though. That was a huge fight for Liquid. Of course, they do give up a little bit, trying to go high ground, but in the end, still
Radiant's middle tower is
taking
under
lead in
attack.
this game with a 5K stretch at this point. Or discrepancy, I should say. Not that big at 47 minutes, that's for sure. And it will be the Dagon Cinderant.
Yep.
So no sheep stick, unless he wants to do some backpack
Radiant
shenanigans.
are scanning.
I think the Dagon is better anyway. You have a lot of control. You're playing with Ice Path, you're playing with 2 Ravages soon enough. Your carry has a stun in this game. So I think Hex is overkill in the control department. And what you want is, when your impact stuns hit, you want somebody to die immediately.
Smoke from Tundra. Looking for a fight.
Go get Roche.
Roche
Maybe they will. This is not the fastest road.
Yeah, we got TPs coming in. Mickey making his way over. Has everything available. Saberlight HP. Saberlight in the pit in the spot that he should not be. That's a no-no spot. He's
Well,
going to get scouted out, though.
that'll find him.
And will Ogre seal away. This is an Aghanim Scepter on Soxa, actually. Got the crazy rockets.
Now, Tundra did get a nice warm-up for stalling out Roche for 3 minutes earlier today. So maybe this is just yet another one of those situations.
Soracchio. Tried to go onto Nisha. Has the nullifier applied. Nisha. That translocator is so annoying to deal with. He's going to get away just fine. And Liquid, they can try to perhaps bounce. As BZM is going to get the shield back, but he's completely surrounded right now. The hookshot onto Mickey with the BKB, and he is destroying everybody in his way. Looks like BZM is going to be next on his list as he is slowed to a crawl. 33 next to Roche, has to try to Ogre seal away. Just like that,
the back line
for Tundra. You're right, 2 supports dead. Soracchio now kind of all alone. Will have the Phantom Strike away. Saberlight closing the gap. They have the hacks, they have the stuns. Soracchio Phantom Strike, but he's still slowed. He's going to be anchored now. The Grave will keep him alive a little bit longer. Has to try to fight his way out of this, but the dead shot is there. Down goes Soracchio. At 33, being pursued by Nisha, the Dagon Express. Double kill for him. Will be a free Roche now for Liquid.
Yeah, if that's what they want, they could even think about getting multiple lanes here. Nisha can start pushing out the waves, but they might just get everything one after the other. Now, the thing is, this Roche kill is kind of slow because you don't have God Strength, so it is going to take you a little bit longer. I guess Serrated Shiv will assist you in doing this, but these are valuable seconds that perhaps could have led to multiple racks, but possibly this is the safer approach. You're seeing the replay here. BZM did not get to play Dota in this fight. Just controlled start to finish. Anchor, stuns. He genuinely did not cast a spell. He was alive for 10 seconds, but he couldn't do anything.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
And maybe that begs the question, are you buying the right items? Is this a problem that you could have solved yourself through having a BKB potentially against these issues?
Yep, it's true. And we saw so many dead shots with the Aghanim Scepter. This thing is...
It's insane.
It is going up in my rankings of best Ags in the game. This is like a top 15 maybe right now. It's crazy.
It's really, really good.
As this will be a set of racks in the mid lane for Liquid. 33 not up for 26 seconds. No buyback
more
here.
than that. They're just going to keep going. These 20 seconds is easily a second lane. They'll force the glyph for the time being, but if they're fully set up, keep in mind, Tide also has Refresher Shard off that Roche. I mean, how on earth are you going to access this fight for Tundra?
Yeah, they will give it up. So 2 lanes for Liquid.
There it goes.
Trying to continue their dominance here against not only Tundra, but everybody at this tournament effectively. In this playoffs, they lost 1 game to Aurora. That's it.
Yep.
They've been undefeated since.
And it's concerning for Tundra if game 1 ends up going this way because...
Hook shot. Okay, that's a long-range engagement onto Mickey. Nullifier's on him. Here comes Saberlight. Rolling Thunders can provide a little bit of CC. There's the back wall. Okay, they need to fight now, surely. Poison Touch hack says BZM going to continue with the Rolling Thunder. Mickey in a lot of trouble. This is going to be life number 1. Potentially. Can he stay alive? The E-Blade will be there, but still nullified right now. As the double BKB activated, and they'll be able to take out the Aegis finally. 33 and company will have to try to disengage, though.
This could be big Ravage.
And knee shot. Saberlight jumps in with Ravage number 1. Eclipse 2. That's going to be the death of Soxa to start this out.
Wow, they actually got out so fast.
Oh, Soracchio. Don't speak too soon.
I thought that was going to be a 3-man Ravage, but they disengaged just in time on 3 of them.
Yeah, now they know he has another Ravage as well. Mickey.
Oh, it's because he has AoE Surge talent on Darkseer. That's how they got out.
Ah, yeah, that's pretty good. Trying to be a bit annoying for Mickey, but he is going to get this melee racks. They don't have Soxa, but they're still going to try to fight in all likelihood. Not the projection is used. Everything being used now onto Mickey. Even a shard from Soracchio. The Satanic is popped. There's the Abyssal Blade, but Mickey, he's just going to walk this off. He eats the cheese, and now a lot of trouble for Tundra as they're running out of steam here quick. BGM on the run will swashbuckle to the high ground with a ravage onto 3. Deletion of 2. Dyrachyo crowd control to a high degree. Mickey takes that. Triple buyback from Tundra. And they absolutely have to get more than just Boxy here. Mega Creep's already there for Liquid. Saberlight. Again, coming company with Mickey and Nisha. Pop the BKB. Stunlock onto 33. He gets lasered to death. He's out for likely the rest of this game. Whitemon, early grave on himself. Will be anchored to the ground. And this is the beginning of the end of game number 1. It's 3 dead for Tundra. Dyrachyo, all he can do is stay in the cover of his fountain. How much cover is that really? We'll try one more Blink Strike, but the instant Hex into the double laser. And Dyrachyo, 1 hit away, will actually get back to the fountain in time. But now he has to worry about his building. Socks it with a hook shot. No more mana onto Tinker. Well, he has a little bit, I guess. We'll be able to dag it away. And it's hard to get him, but Dyrachyo jumps in with one last ditch effort, but the laser's there. Double kill for Mickey with one more swing as game 1 will officially go to Team Liquid.
Damn, I'm ready to see some damage numbers on this game. That must have been ridiculous output from both Mickey and Nisha. Truly carrying this game in tandem. 11, 1, and 23 on the Tinker. And this is what I was going to say a little bit earlier in this game. This is a best of 5. Tundra are willing to try something new here as an experiment. They give away this Tinker to Liquid that Liquid have played on 5. Well, they can flex it. And Nisha with a masterclass in this game. 69, nice, 1,000 damage. Mickey on the 46.
Yeah, pretty damn good. Shiva!
Whew, that was just game 1 of this best of 5, and that was quite the show we had. And I do think that Tinker might just be back into the ban side of things, because boy, that's something that I do not want to see in a lot of games unless I'm only watching it, not in it, T-Gov. This was fun, though.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Nisha, after, 4 years of not playing mid-Tinker, brings it back. Tundra giving them the Tinker as well. It's a grand finals, the draft, the meta. It's going to develop, and now they've shown it in the core role. It's probably going to get banned. Back and dying, or greed is sometimes good, and if they can get to their items utilizing shard on TA and lifesteal having radiance and dark with Shivas, like if the economy is unlimited for Tundra, then their draft looks good, but
yeah,
it's just a lot of farm. Like you've got a farming mid, a farming off lane, a farming carry. A lot of farm. I didn't really give hope. I'm sorry. I completely ignored what you asked me to
It's all good. It's all good. We want to hear some more, but we're going to hear from the coaches instead.
I cannot believe that worked.
"30 seconds to battle. The battle begins.
Thank you, Slacks. Cringeworthy as usual. The cringe master himself.
That was
Sir,
very soft on the cringe.
Yeah, I know. I just had nothing else to say.
He needs to step it up. I thought he was going to say after the finals was awful that now it's time to go to the casters who are also awful. So it was actually surprisingly positive.
Very true.
Only
Cinder.
moderately toxic that time around. Well done.
Very true. We are in game number 2 of this best of 5 of the grand finals here at PGL Wallachia.
Close enough.
Season 3. And we have some crazy picks, and then we have a TA by BZM. We'll talk about it in just a moment. Actually, let's talk about it now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, a moment has passed, so you're not wrong. Yeah, this was the first pick of the tournament of this hero. Wait, Saberlight, is he okay here? Yes, he is, but
Dual Frenzy
damage. Oh, is Whitemon okay is the question.
He is not. Shikuchi, and the last right click comes in. Boxy with the first blood. Already a good start on Liquid's side.
So, I think what happened in this draft is that BZM ran out of heroes that he wants to play for the archetype of lineup that Tundra are running. So, all of the options that they want him on when they're playing Darkseer and Jakiro and Lifestealer as a trio together with it would generally be either Tiny or Dragon Knight or Spirit Heroes. And Tiny was banned, Dragon Knight was banned, and the Spirit Heroes against Night Stalker, Puck, and Grimstroke sound really unappealing. So they kind of cornered him in this. This is the most targeted I think we've seen. Oh, nice play here. Nisha. He denied the bottom water and then jaunted to the top water. So effectively he got one and destroyed one. So BZM will get no refill. Yeah, the upside to TA is the laning stage against Puck should be good. It's a classic matchup, but I don't think it's as TA favored as it used to be. So I think Nisha will be able to do just okay here. He will lose, but not by a landslide, which is what we used to see in the past. That's at least my expectation. Okay. So then the question is, can TA find a footing in this game after the lane? That's what I'm looking at.
Boxy.
Big damage.
We'll be able to get the Chikuchi off, and Whitemon, one more right click will bring him to the ground again.
This is a tough lane for Jakiro. Weaver is one of the best support matchups against Jakiro, and Lifestealer can't really help you against Night Stalker. So we've seen Saberlight have a good game on NS when he got absolutely bodied in lane yesterday. This time around, he is leading the overall net worth 3 minutes in. Last time he barely had a CS now. Could be a big game for him individually.
And what are your thoughts on the Grimstroke coming out from Liquid?
I like it.
The facet that lets you control the vector-targeted Stroke of Fate. I'm
generally looking for... hang on, Mickey might just kill Soxa here.
Soxa gets stunned up. There's the Stroke of Fate. Soxa will die.
I'm looking for two things mostly when I think about Grimstroke, and it's actually not Soulbind. It's whether you have good Inkswell carriers, and it's whether Phantom's Embrace is good at countering enemy cores. Because Soulbind combos can be cool. At a higher level of Dota, they're a lot harder to pull off, whereas the other two spells are very reliable. You're always going to be able to cast Inkswell on allies, and the Phantom's Embrace is just point-click, right? So yeah, he has really good carriers for the Shell, or for the Swell. He has Ursa, Weaver, and Night Stalker. It's like a dream Inkswell game. All three of those heroes are super fast, want to get in there. And now that it applies a basic Dispel on cast as well, there's some utility in that potentially against TA traps. That he didn't know that at the time, but it's very good against Jakiro, of course. The TA was the overall last pick, so it wasn't targeted at that, but it'll have a little bit of utility there. There's no Soulbind combos, right?
That's not true. There's a Void.
Void. That's the one combo.
That's big.
So not really looking for that, but that's not why they picked the hero, clearly.
Yeah, and I would say, I mean, I know it's a position 5 here, but everybody's been getting so much Ratio will get the open wounds off. We'll walk away, or will he? Shikuchi. Nice ice path from Whitemon, and it's Boxy getting low, trying to deny himself to the crease potentially, and he will. Unfortunate for Tundra. Now Saberlight chasing down Ratio. Just needs a little bit of vision. Around the trees he goes. We'll pop the rage, and now it's daytime, so Saberlight has not a hero any longer.
Nice juke. Bought enough time, and now he actually has to TP out. Check the mana on Jakiro, not available for the ice path.
Anyway, back to my very important point about Grimstroke. The Aghanim Scepter, if it ever comes out, it really won't provide that much. They don't really have any good illusion targets here.
No, and that's what's kind of interesting, right? If you're picking this hero, despite Soulbind not being good, or particularly good anyway, in the game. It still has the binding effect in this. It's obviously powerful in that aspect of forcing enemy heroes to move together, but that isn't particularly great here. The Scepter, like you said, also, honestly, I think a Lifestealer one is pretty strong if it has Radiance. The Dark Portrait.
I mean, do you avoid Radiant? Probably not.
No, you have to buy it, right? So I wouldn't mind seeing that eventually. I think that Illusion's actually extremely powerful, but it's not the traditional Terrorblade or Luna, but it's still good.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't think, I genuinely don't even think that was a consideration for the pick. I don't think they thought about the Aghanims even remotely for this game. So.
Is under attack.
Ursa with the free start, as expected, against Dark Simware. It's a pretty damn easy lane when you have a 5 Grim. And Tundra will need to try to find some sort of solutions as the laning stage breaks apart now a little bit.
40 and 11 right now. And you can see Darachi on the other side, 24 and 5, so having a bit of a struggle. So it feels like he's been at low HP the entire laning stage. Yeah, Soxa comes in to help out, not able to turn it into a kill though.
Saberlight's not an easy kill.
Insania.
Oh, if they get both of these, that is...
It looks like they're getting it.
Oh, that's illegal. You can't do this when the lanes go like this, Tundra. That is... Yeah. That's really bad news. They didn't even... It looked like they genuinely thought they couldn't contest it at all. They're also not going to kill Weaver. They got nothing.
Oh boy.
They lost both Wisdoms, and one of them went to Night Stalker, so he's going to get a fast level 6. And Saberlight, he's already not an easy kill down here with those early phase boots and a Bracer, so even if they were to catch him at daytime, I frankly don't even know if their 3 heroes could have necessarily killed him without a trade of some sort from Weaver. So.
Yeah, Nisha. You're going to try to go on him. BZM, of course, with the level advantage, but man, so many of these rotations from Soxa and Whitemon have not.
They're desperate. They feel desperate because it's difficult to pull them off. It's hard to kill heroes. Night Stalker, the puck is hard to catch for their lineup, and then the Ursa top seems kind of hopeless to try to gank. So I like the overall idea of pressuring the mid tower here, though. I think this is, if you can't find the ganks successfully, at the very least play off of creeps and try to force a rotation from the enemy team. Liquid will not bring anyone. They feel like Nisha is comfortable on his own. Instead, they will maybe look to soon dive Daracho down bottom. Feels like that is almost inevitable. Foxy's level 5, by the way. Very, very strong on the Weaver. And Night Stalker 6 after this next wave. I think they have Daracho in their sights, so they're going to need to help him out down there with Tundra.
Yeah, well, the only lane 1 is the mid lane.
Yeah.
And they need to take advantage of that. Nisha forced to play from quite the distance. Tier 1 tower might be conceded. Insania, yeah, he's going to take a trap.
Trying to deny, maybe.
And, oh my god, he gets that too. Oof.
That feels like a bit of a misplay from BZM to make that a possibility. I think he could have played that in a different fashion, so he guarantees the last hit. You're TA with Refraction. You hit twice as hard as Puck. He should never be able to deny the tower.
33, his stack is basically dead.
Yep, there's the Daracho dive. He's dead.
Fear
Solo
and
kill.
right clicks. Yikes, man.
Level
0-4
7 in S for Saberlight. And BZM will TP down here to defend, so now your TA is the one to move, and she obviously can't kill him at all. So
Dire's courier has been killed.
yeah, this is looking very, very healthy for Liquid right now. It's only a 1k lead, but their game plan, what they wanted to happen, has already happened. All 3 lanes are going fine. Mid lane, obviously, as you mentioned, they lost the tower, but that's the one lane that they can afford to lose, definitely, and are expected to lose. He lost it by so little. It's 300 gold.
Yeah, it's basically nothing, even at this stage of the game.
And the win, as the panel was talking about, TA's win rate is in the dumps. So
yeah,
it's a snowball or miss hero in my eyes right now.
And he ain't snowballing, at least not yet.
Not yet. Tundra, they have tools to make it snowball, though. It's actually a very nice hero together with Darkseer, because you can vacuum into silencing traps. You can give her Surge, which allows her to stick on her target. They do have some... It's not an obvious synergy, but...
He's going to enrage BZM. They're going to look for the kill, and they get their first of the game.
Uh-oh.
Here comes Saberlight, though. It is natural nighttime. Coil from Nisha into the crippling fear. All focus right now on this TA. Boxy coming in from the side. He is just cannot find an exit. Saberlight might get traded out. He does. A nice dead shot from Soxa. And even the Shakuchi's not enough. BZM cleaning up another one. 3 for nothing, and BZM survives.
Wow, I really thought they had him, and so did Liquid. Their play call there was prioritize the TA over the guaranteed Jakiro kill and the coil. They didn't have enough against the refraction, and now Nisha getting dead shot.
Nisha, what? Double kill for BZM?
Okay, this is
Somehow that
massive.
turned into a double kill, but yeah, that what just happened? It's so random.
Yeah, this was this is the dream for them. We just said this hero needs to snowball, and he just got the perfect situation. Really well played there by BZM, and I
Dire's middle tower
don't fault
is
Liquid
under
for
attack.
thinking they had the kill there. Although I do question why they didn't have the swarm available for this move. Maybe it was on cooldown from somewhere else in Boxy, but you're seeing the rotation in here. They get the Waning Rift 0
Radiant's
damage, of
top
course, on the
tower is
coil.
under attack.
Silence. And here comes Weaver. No swarm, right?
Yeah,
I think he also missed the blood grenade, maybe.
that's true.
He did. So,
Yeah, that refraction
this
saved
ice
BZM's
path,
life.
beautiful. Damn. All right, we have a game.
Yeah,
this was looking like it could get scary very fast, but Tundra have stabilized it very much.
More than stabilized. They've taken
Sequence.
a 2K lead now. And it's Doraccio gonna open wounds, Saber Light, and there you see Whitemon using his ult for the first time. He is level 7 after that engagement in the mid lane. They clean up Saber Light easily. And Nisha was making his rotation over, but will think better of it. 33 gonna follow the orb. Follow the bright lights, young
Dire's
man.
middle tower is under attack.
Not sure if they're gonna find this connection though.
No, he's just gonna take away their triangle.
How dependent is TA on getting stacks?
Radiant's top
Because
tower
33 has
is
been the
under
one killing him so far.
That's very situational, depending on kills. Now that he has 3 kills, I think not so much. If they had no kills at all in mid, it would be very, very important. So, I don't even think he needs to clear any stacks in this game to find impact now, when he's this far ahead of the puck. He was ahead by 300 a few minutes
I
ago.
wonder if
Now
they can
it's
do
2K.
this. Open was to start things out. Overpower. There's the silence. Into the dead shot. McCabe still relatively healthy. Will pop the enrage and retreat to his tier 1 tower. The reinforcements
Nice
coming.
wall.
33 from the north. Gets off the wall. Iron Shell as well onto Doraccio. McCabe, in fact, will finish the job. Big kill again for Tundra. We're looking horrific in the first few minutes, and now we're in
Dire's
pretty good
top
control of the
tower is
game.
under attack.
They'll trade away Whitemon bottom, but that's a very good trade, of course. Getting that Ursa, slowing him down is well worth it. Now poking the top tier 1. Nisha trying to do a little bit of chip damage here, maybe setting up for a coil,
Radiant's
but
bottom tower is under attack.
reinforcements are not available. Saberlight has TP on cooldown, so they have to give up this tower as well. Tundra, I'm so surprised they managed. It's one thing to come back, but they swung the game by 5k in 3 minutes with the start that they had and no wisdoms.
Yeah, it's
That's
really strange.
That river fight is
Radiant's bottom
massive.
tower is under attack.
Boxy silenced. Any dead shot?
Oh, double silence. Okay.
Yep.
They're dead. Rachel will show up to the
Keeps
bot
farming
lane.
stacks.
Yeah, wants to maintain this tower for the eventual Tormentor to come. 14 minutes about to come to be as well. Looks like Mickey will be able to secure the one for Liquid. And Thunder will get their first of the game. Well, what happened there? Did he cancel his attack? Maybe he was trying to stack there, but Whitemont level 8 now on this Jakiro.
Instantly TPs to mid, probably connecting for rune control and maybe a smoke play.
Doraccio. Oh, it's got silence upon silence. He's in a lot of trouble just trying to fight his way out of it, but goes inside of the creep. Eventually will fall. Pops out, and now he's going to try to turn this around to Insanity as the TPs have arrived. They get the support, but eventually Doraccio is the trade. Headshot not going to
Crazy
hit.
how long he lived.
Super light.
Radiant's
Looks
bottom
like he's going to
tower
get
is
out.
under attack.
Be able to TP on the cliff.
Oh my god, if he would have been
Tendrils
sniped
of the deep. Oh my goodness.
Okay. They do find Doraccio, so a big kill for Liquid. Still,
This feels like a BKB game for Doraccio. I don't know how you feel.
I wouldn't mind seeing him buy his Yules again from yesterday.
Okay.
I actually think it's really good here for the same reasons it was yesterday. Dealing with the puck, dealing with the Ursa. It'd be nice. Tundra, it will grab a Tormentor uncontested here. All I say that, is Boxy really thinking about this?
Shikuchi! No way, no way! Not quite. Boxa gets the shard.
I actually think he had it if he just ran into it, but he hesitated for a
Yeah,
moment.
he did.
He
That was
might have
so
actually had
close.
that. That would have been insane.
Why did you pronounce insane that way?
Insane. Didn't have the ward, obviously, but still, like, timing that is really, really difficult.
Oh, yeah.
But Tundra instead get a bonus kill.
Indeed.
And Saksa will get the absolute.
Why does it
Here's-
always go to Muerta? Like, am I crazy? Is this confirmation bias? Every single time it's
I
Muerta.
think it's always
Radiant's
Muerta as
top
well.
tower is under
Wouldn't it be
attack.
funny? So in this patch, clearly the Aghanim's scepter doesn't drop from row. She always drops refresher no matter the side.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if this entire tournament,
Radiant's
the
top
Tormentor has
tower
been
is under
bugged
attack.
to always give the Tormentor, or to give the shard
Dire's bottom
to
tower
the
is
player
under
with
attack.
like the latest color in the ranks, with like orange, right?
Oh, wow. That's really specific. Yeah, that sounds feasible.
If it always gave it to the, out of the 2 possible recipients, it would always give it to the latest color.
Yeah, that's really interesting theory.
Thank you.
You had me going there for a while, and then you just made it as uninteresting as possible.
Well, what would have been more interesting to you? That's always to the same player?
Yeah, that's just socks.
Saksa gets the shard when somebody else kills the Tormentor too. Oh, he's in trouble, by the way.
He is
At
swarm.
least slightly.
He has cover with 33. Is Shikuchi not going to be
Dire's bottom tower
Another tower
is
denied for
under
Liquid.
attack.
going any further? Yeah, deny does come out though. 4K lead for Tundra. Is Insania is going to smoke.
She has an amp damage, looking for his first kill of the game. 17 minutes in on
crazy.
puck. He does not even have an assist yet.
That is so crazy.
And he'll find one. Saksa is doomed here, but what's it going to cost them?
He's going to pop dust and his ult. As they want to give it to Nisha, but Insania will take it with the Ink Swell. 33 in the meantime. Getting hounded by Saberlight, but the illusion is hounding him in turn. Nisha gets off the coil, but the mech keeping 33 alive. And they're going to turn it around on the puck instead. Gets to the other side of the macro fire, though. As Mickey wants to fight, focusing now all his sight onto the TA. BZM getting eaten up. Refraction is going to end eventually, and so is his life. Triple kill for Mickey. Braccio into the creep. Pops right out, trying to take out Boxy in turn, but he's not going to be able to get anybody, unfortunately for him. So a 4-for-1 Liquid.
5-for-1.
Radiant's
Saksa was
Saksa
dead
at
in
the
the
beginning.
start.
Yeah, that's true.
This fight was so long that he respawned, but obviously can't rejoin. Whole team wipe. That looked dodgy when Nisha got the coil off and didn't kill Darkseer and then jaunted into a trap, but they didn't have enough follow-up damage, and they also did find 33 on the outside here. I think he just got cut off by NS. Exactly what happened here, and then NS and Ursa comboing on him. I was thinking this game reminded me a little bit of, there was an earlier game Nisha played on Puck where he also was up to a little bit of a slow start, and that was that, which team was that against? We cast that game the other day where he
I
was,
literally wasn't listening. Say it again.
they were playing keep away for a long time with Nisha's Puck. And then all of a sudden he popped off in the late game. You remember this game?
Vaguely.
Okay, I mean, it's a lot of games, so it's fine. I felt like this was going potentially down the same trajectory where, yeah, he might not have the best start, but then ultimately at some point Nisha kind of gets there. This fight, a big help in that. He got 4 assists. None of the kills went to him, so not the most gold. But it's looking a lot healthier now that he's catching up to him.
Insania.
Nice pick from side of Tundra.
By the way,
Tia and Muerta is a killing squad together. Double silence, tons of burst.
I didn't notice that Saberlight has armlet, by the way. It's like an older school type of Night Stalker build. Very cool.
True that.
Why pick it up in this game, you think?
I think he considers it a good item against TA, is my guess. Just getting that additional health and armor for that matchup in particular. Also against Lifestealer. I think it's a clever choice here. Gives you the...
Uh-oh, Dracic's just dead. Wow, that was fast. TP's coming.
Yep.
Just 33.
That's not really a helpful TP either.
Dark Ascension from Saberlight as
Oh, he
Whitemon.
gets really good intel here.
He does. 2 supports from the north.
Tundra needs to get the hell out of here, actually. They're just going to get sandwiched.
Sounds delicious.
Yep, it's lovely.
33.
They're trying to find an escape path, just running straight
Leading the
down the
way.
lane to 33.
The tier 1 tower is still up here.
Yeah,
Doesn't look like a fight will break out.
they will survive, but it's a lot of efficiency lost. You have these 3 heroes that just have to group up and run away from the NS. In the meantime, Liquid are farming on their cores, so... That is Dark Ascension down, though, but now Natural Night will kick in, bridging the gap more or less perfectly there. Saberlight. Oh, little bounty run snack.
Sox will find a little treat for
Kill squad
BZM.
again. We'll find Insania again.
She has food.
He gets 2-shot by TA.
Radiant's top
It's
tower has fallen.
might be a game to like Ghost Scepter. Lifestealer and TA sounds pretty good.
Desolator's really fallen off, hasn't it? Not seeing it on the TA even. There's only a couple heroes that are buying it right now.
We've seen it on Clinks this tournament.
Radiant's top tower
Is that the
under
only one
attack.
buying it?
I don't think I've seen another.
Atos into the silence. Deadshot not going to hit
sidestep.
though. Actually sidesteps another silence. There's a crippling fear from Saberlight.
Radiant's top
Just going to
tower
delay
is
the
under
inevitable
attack.
here, I would think, although he has a
he's
lot of
okay.
move speed.
Oh,
Deadshot.
nice here, maybe?
Nicely done. The ion shot from the illusion. Oh, he's armlet toggling though. Another Atos. This takes quite a bit of time, but they do find it.
Space. He gets tipped by Mickey for buying as much time as he could, but the Darkseer Shard, actually the reason he dies there. The slow trail.
Oh, that's true, yeah. BZM. Oh, nice double ice pack on the 2 cores with the back of fire to follow. But BZM, Fury Swipes are going to be too much. They don't have detection, though. Melt Strike, Mickey's dead. Great turnaround here from Tundra. I thought that Liquid had the one up. Zeracho working on an armlet of his own.
They need Nisha in these kinds of moves. Want to pull that one off, I think.
He will have a Parasma not too far in the future.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Aggressive build. Doesn't feel like he needs to buy a single defensive item here. Foxy.
Atos, but oh, he actually time lapses
He's dead.
back into a silence. Man, nice spell casting from Soxa.
For my coffers.
Leading out a little bit here, Liquid. See the replay here. So Nisha, even he was there, but he's forced to get out with the Jaunt and then can't re-engage. Never coiled. So,
Oh, Dirachi. Oh my goodness.
so they did actually have Nisha
Yeah.
there. I just saw the coil being available and didn't feel any impact from him, but that was because the ice path was just that good.
Oh, they had a sentry
Really
right there too, so they actually did have vision of the melded TA, but
Just couldn't hit him.
yeah, I guess not.
Well,
A big kill on Diracio. We see
Yes.
this about 2 or 3 times a game.
It's 5 deaths now
Our scan.
on the Life Stealer.
We've seen
It's
it
a lot.
5 times this game.
Yep.
On
Radiant's
average,
top
2 to 3
tower is
times a
under
game.
attack.
I mean, to be fair though, he has had really rough conditions here. I think the Night Stalker Weaver lane is actually very difficult to deal with at nighttime for him. So it's understandable that he's having a rough one, and you can tell his quick buy. The plan's there. Armlet into Yules.
Okay.
But this is very different when you're playing from behind versus the game yesterday where they just own
Yeah,
Spirit.
we're gonna see if it really is that good.
How good is it when you're far behind versus when you're even or
So,
even ahead?
There's gonna be a lot of people watching now that didn't watch that game. So why don't you
Yeah.
explain again why in the God's green earth?
So in
a
that
Lifestealer
game,
like
what was
that?
he against? It was Puck, Silencer, and Ursa. So he bought the Yule. It had like 3 purposes. You can Yule Ursa's Enrage to just delay that status, because status resistance doesn't affect Yules, so it has full duration. You can remove the Sounds of Puck, and if you're clutch, you can actually break Coil if you're standing at maximum range, because Coil has a search range, but it also takes verticality into account. So if you go up in the air, you can actually break it while invulnerable.
Yep.
And then the third reason that game was for reverberating silence. But that isn't here, but instead, you might be buying some time against, you know, an innocent.
Atos into another silence on Nisha. He's getting deleted here. Soulbind at the 2, but it's not going to be followed up with anything. Down goes Nisha. Insania's TP canceled via the vacuum. 2 dead for Liquid. Super fast. Go ahead and continue, Eric.
There again. No, that was it.
Okay, well, 2 of those heroes are in this game, right? The Puck and the Ursa.
Yeah, it's similar logic, right? And the Night Stalker is a little bit of a pseudo issue as well with the silence. You can deal with that one maybe. Yeah. Damn. Soxa is doing work this game. He's found so many opportunities for his team on this where to really
Dire's middle
I'd say
tower
the
is under
primary reason they've come back is all of these kills. This is only his 2nd game of the tournament.
Really?
It's not really been either allowed to have it much, or they've just rated.
Oh, I thought you meant by his
Dire's
team.
middle tower is under
You're not allowed to play it.
He's just been playing a lot
Oh,
of
Saber, like
Night
we've
Stalker.
seen the Steal of the Aegis before. Icebat comes out. Not going to try for it.
No
Roger
dagger
will
this time.
secure it. Oh, Basher online for Mickey. Haven't talked about him too much. Has the Blink, BKB, Battle Fury, and now Basher.
He's level 19. Lifesteal's level
Radiant's
50.
courier
Yeah,
has
there's a
been
bit
killed.
of a discrepancy.
Big gap here.
33's Orchid has been killed for the time being. Has to wait out the Courier respawn now.
Yeah, interesting choice. Really targeting Nisha's Puck here, probably recognizing that they don't have enough threats, and Nisha feels comfortable. You can see him still queuing up the Parasma. That's going to hurt him a lot if this Orchid timing comes in at the opportune moment. Because if he has just bought his Mystic Staff, he will be very far off being able to pivot his build. So in a way, for Nisha, it would actually be good to get ganked somewhat soon so he can fix his build before it's Aegis.
It was the tank attempt, or the gank attempt, I should say, is Mickey. He already used his ult and BKB.
Nice
doesn't
wall.
have TP for 13 seconds. He's just gonna die. Doraccio has to be careful. We've seen this before. When he tries to get greedy. Meanwhile, BZM, he's all alone up here. And Nisha,
No coil. Oh,
play around
no.
with his food. The waning rift and a couple more right clicks will suffice.
Oh, that's such a massive kill. Just when you got this great Ursa kill on the side of Tundra, the immediate great equalizer
Even better.
coming out for Nisha. And does he commit now? It looks like the Parasma is complete. But with all that kill gold, he got about 800 for that. He's already on his way to a potential defensive item if he sees that Orchid.
Gonna
Gonna
run
run here
into
with the Glimmer.
Nisha. They don't have the best lockdown here. These games have been delivering so far in this finals.
For sure.
Both have been quite close.
Is under attack.
And none of the games have felt clean either, which, you know, makes for more entertaining Dota when the leading team is making a couple more mistakes. Been caught out a little bit. Doraccio, silent. No coil.
Inkswell will stop
Coil now.
teleportation. Phantom's Embrace. He has to kill it. He can infest
Jaunted
33.
away.
In the Dark Ascension, that should secure Tormentor for Liquid.
I think they might have been able to get the Aegis with coil, but
They
might
will
not have been
find...
close.
Well, Boxy. Do they have the vision up here? Nisha comes in with a big waning rift and a coil as well. Boxy's actually surviving through this. They're going to find 2 supports on the back end. Great rotation from Liquid.
And we've talked about some heroes of old. This is not the Weaver you guys remember if you haven't played Dota for a while. Weaver now has 1700 health minute, or level 12, with a couple of items. Obviously, having the Force Staff and Atos was necessary there for his survival. Hero is tankier than it used to be, and it helps. Oh, there goes the Torment. Mickey himself will be the one to receive the shard.
Wow, that is... I mean, this is...
Coincidentally, he's also the hero furthest to the right in the team's list,
Radiant's
so
bottom tower
That's right.
is
I'll
under
try to pay
attack.
attention to this. If this happens every game,
Please.
imagine it's true, Shannon.
Radiant
Imagine.
structures are
Imagine.
I would expect a public apology from you.
That's fine.
Unlike pirate software.
Dire's tower is under attack.
All right,
Just can't help yourself, huh?
I'm on the list. I'll say it. All right. Nisha will grab himself an invis. Not too much mana in the tank though, so it doesn't feel like this is likely to lead to an offensive move, at least not an immediate one. And he's queuing up a Eul's now, so has identified the Orchid threat from 33. And we're talking about that could be a big moment of opportunity, but the Eul's is almost complete already now, courtesy of the kills Nisha just found. So that
It's going to
timing will
be
be missed.
good against the Weaver, though. Does have Force Staff. No way to dispel at the moment. Not like it's a complete waste of money or anything. So that means I would assume some sort of a nullifier needs to be purchased at some point to try to counter that. Boxy trying to take the Wisdom Shrine. Not going to happen, though. He's going to get dead shot.
Oh, nice Eul! This could be it!
And
It is written.
I told you, Shannon, live steal Eul's, baby.
beautiful.
It was actually necessary, though. That was super clutch from Doraccio.
I had to just double check real quick to make sure it was his. I'm like, wait, Weaver? No, okay. Yeah, it is Lifestealer, of course. How could I forget such a thing? 15 seconds on the Aegis. 3K lead for Liquid. Very, very close. Scan out.
Dire's bottom
Liquid
tower
knows
is under attack.
the positioning of Tundra. Doraccio. Already shown off his Euls. He's going to get some D-ward action. As the Yasha at base, we'll be going for the SNY for the status resist.
Yeah, pretty standard.
And Liquid coming in from the south, right into Doraccio. He's going to get silenced. There's the Euls to try to buy him a little bit of time. Gets off the rage. And now the Soulbind, not going to do too much. Now it's going to connect on the Whitemon. Nisha with the waning rift, the infest inside of the double-headed dragon. Going to pop the pinata, and out comes Doraccio. Saberlight with BKB on the retreat. Will get Force Staff to safety. It goes down to Doraccio. They're trying to kite him to a high degree. Mickey's going to come in and absolutely destroy 33. Doraccio getting kited so hard right now. BZM trying to kill Insania, but that's a big Lotus that came out. 3 dead already for Tundra. The big crippling fear from Saberlight comes in to get their 4th.
Bash insta first
And
hit.
BZM left to his own devices, all alone, 1 versus 4. Liquid will eat him up.
there were a lot of little things there that really came together, and also, what a perfect illustration of the Yules once again. Actually, even though he died, he was able to get it off during Crippling Fear, and then he can rage as he lands before Crippling Fear is reapplied. There's a little bit of a grace period. You're going to see the replay here. So he's sitting
Radiant's top tower
under the sounds. I don't know if Liquid know this for a fact, that this is going to happen, by the way. But then Saberlight, perfect BKB usage, keeps chasing down Whitemon, kills him off fully, gets the reset out. I believe he gets A-Toast at the tail end of this, and then immediately that gets removed by Grimstroke here. So they also take that one off. He goes and eats a creep, comes back in, tanks a couple of hits. They're just kiting them, and they have vision superiority. And Lifestealer absolutely hates this type of fight. He just cannot stick on a target. This coil now. BZM will try to BKB TP. First hit bash. Wow. All right. Well,
Needs to practice the Nightfall a bit more. Nightfall never would have gotten bashed there.
that's right. Would have never played TA.
Those are some mechanical keyboards right there, I tell you what.
Yeah.
11k leads, we have this pause. Liquid in good control of the game now. And we won't know about Roche for another minute 15, and even then it'll be very cryptic how long it'll spawn, adding to the charm of Dota 2.
To one team, to the other it will be clear. They have TA.
Oh yeah, that's
They will
right.
know when it's up,
That's right.
but can they get it against the Dire lineup at this point? It is going to be likely the game decider, the Roche, because I think Tundra cannot afford to give it away for free, but the fight is stupid hard to take. If you nail it, though, you do have some good combos between Jakiro and Darkseer. You have the Muerta calling that can also silence many heroes in the region, but it's starting to get harder and harder now that Ursa has BKB, Puck has Yules, Nightstalker has BKB, the Grimstroke has Dagger, so he can play very far behind on Insania, and also Boxy with the Pike. So there's no... It feels like there's actually no easy target anymore for Tundra to go on. It used to be Insania earlier, but now with these items... Everybody on their side is just having a field day.
This innate for TA is actually kind of funny if you think about it. It might be one of the worst innates in the game because you already have a trap in there. So you're getting the exact time, but TA, like, Val was probably looking at this when they're designing the innates. They're like, they can already see in there. We're not going to nerf that. So here's an innate that makes it slightly better, more convenient, because you can plan around the exact timing. But if you're a good team, you're going to be planning around that 3-minute period anyway, right?
Well, just knowing the exact timing allows you to make a really good smoke move, right? Because
it makes it more precise.
It's not just that, it's the fact that you can have foresight. Because it's like, let's say the TA innate, instead of telling you when Roche spawns exactly in advance, it just told you Roche has spawned.
Yeah, then it'll be exactly the same as it was before.
And having the foresight allows you to make a team smoke move 20 seconds before Roche spawns, kill a hero, and know that you're getting the Roche. I think that's way more powerful.
It's very interesting, though. And I wonder why we haven't seen more. This illusion is going to get the shit kicked out of him.
Bing bong.
That is a macro pyre down. We're not seeing any Oracle. I guess the laning stage is really just that bad with that hero, because being able to
I want that hero
tell
back.
what runes are, like, that's crazy. That's a crazy innate.
It's a really fun... If Insania is not playing Oracle, the hero is dead. That's...
Yeah, that's true.
That's basically it. The grand finalists that are almost 2-0 up in this series have not picked the hero a single time this year,
known for.
I think. It's one of Insania's absolute signature heroes. If he will never find a game for it,
well, if they go up 2-0 here, it's not over yet, but if they do, then he'll have plenty of room to
why would
experiment.
Why would he ruin that? Why would he
Well, because he wants to play his favorite hero in the finals, Cinderin. Who
I think
wouldn't want
he
to do
wants
that?
to win the finals.
That may be secondary for some people, okay?
All right.
Having fun is the most important thing in Dota. BZM will have to try to defend here. It's only a 56% for Liquid. That's a little
I do
surprising.
not know if I agree with that assessment.
I mean, I don't think it's completely out of reach for Tundra by any means.
No, but certainly
say-
not almost 50-50.
I would say 70-30, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's more where I'm at too.
Definitely some comeback potential
Aben
here.
loves Darkseer combos late game.
That's true.
That.
Well, Duraccio, is he done with his S and Y yet? It's getting pretty close, about 500 away as Saberlight will find a Muerta. Soxa will fall.
I don't think that's how you pronounce it.
Muerta.
33.
Dire's
He'll get out.
bottom tower is under attack.
Lahia.
Oh, late. Yes, that's how you pronounce muerto.
Oh, BZM. Oh boy, this is really bad for him. That is a huge death. He has buyback, but
He
you
felt
have to expend
confident
it.
going for this wave because of the move bottom. With Night Stalker as well as Puck showing that other kill, he thought he could grab that wave, but Liquid just have both side lanes on lockdown. You gotta bring the numbers.
33.
Rod
He's spotted.
Oh, he's
Spear. This is a huge kill. Phantom's Embrace on top of him. He's dead. They have the buybacks, but expending it will put them even more at a deficit. Dyrachyo on the retreat. The Soulbind's going to connect to the hero. It's a full team wipe. Very separated kills overall, but it's still a full team wipe for Liquid. And now their lead has essentially doubled.
Is under attack.
Roche is up as well. They can do whatever the hell they want, it seems.
Yeah, just straight Rax, I think. Rax first.
Lifestealer doesn't have buyback.
If buybacks come out, you can reset position and go to Roche. If not, just take this first. All the waves pushed in, so the Roche, even as a secondary objective, should be yours too.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Obliterating them, and that. Now we're down to the. Yeah, well, it's not 74-30 now. It's already 80-20.
Radiant's bottom barracks.
Aben was a believer for just a minute. As a matter of fact, he's believed in Tundra the entire game until recently. But
That's right.
no
Eventually
longer.
you have to come to grips with reality.
He has lost faith.
It's hard to come to grips with the reality when your reality is being on a multi-billion-dollar yacht.
Has fallen.
Eventually, Gaben figured it out, Cinderant.
How much do you think Gaben thinks a banana costs?
How much are eggs?
Well, that,
Depends on the country, I guess. We see the replay is 33. I mean, this has been their target of choice in most fights, and you can see why.
Radiant are
When he's
scanning.
not dead, Cinderin, the fights
Yep.
are totally different. The Darkseer has just huge impact. But now the deficit is becoming very, very large. Dyrachyo does have the S&Y. Ags is next on the list. We'll see if he has enough time to actually purchase it. As we have a smoke from Tundra. They know that Roche could possibly be up, or is up actually, they know for a fact.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I fear they will be too late. Nisha gonna pop the smoke. Spots one, and already the Aegis secured for Liquid.
TTO territory.
Yeah, well, they actually got decent connection onto Nisha. Gonna get headshots in. Do they have the damage? 33 eaten up already. And Mikke going to town. He has that Aegis still, so not really caring about this first life. See if they can run out of steam, though. Is it going to get the connection onto Nisha? Is going to get the Yules trying to kite as Dyrachyo dies again. Now the coil finally being expended. Another death for Tundra. They've lost this fight. They've likely lost this game number 2. BZM, he gets brought back into the arms of Liquid. A full team wipe as GGs are called. 2-0 start to this grand finals for Liquid.
Damn, that was actually a really well-played fight from Tundra, and they got 0 kills. Like, the game is just over. They had so many good setups trying to kill Nisha, but just barely getting bailed out multiple times. The Ursa got ulti off on, I think, 5% and stayed alive for a very...
Radiant's middle tower is under
you weren't
attack.
meant to see. Such
Radiant
as tomorrow.
structures are fortified.
That belongs to me.
Nature attend us.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Come get healed. Denied. Dearly departed.
You are too noisy to live.
Gotcha.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Foundling's life is all a gift.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Don't you dare.
A gift from the goddess.
Invisibility. Heal us.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.